Hello,
Hey,
hello.
everybody. All right, we got a special treat for you tonight, guys. We're so excited to bring on who we're bringing on next. So we're going to go ahead and introduce our guests tonight so they can be on here and chat with us. We've brought on the band Ugly Tongue with us. And let's pull them in right now. We're going to bring the first one in. Next, we got 3 guys right now, hopefully a 4th in a little bit. So we got Donovan Goebel here at the top.
Hello.
He's our bass player extraordinaire.
Oh boy.
We got Ryan Bushong. He's he plays multiple instruments and is one of our singer-songwriters. And then we also got Rich, who's a singer-songwriter and plays guitar, and you also play harp sometimes, right?
No, not any of our songs. Not with any proficiency.
Well, okay, I'll give you that. But okay,
that would have been awesome. Harp's awesome. That's
welcome to the show. Thank you guys for coming on.
yeah.
Are you going to introduce yourself as the drummer?
I wasn't going to do that yet.
Good question.
I wasn't going to do that.
Oh, okay.
So the guy to the left that doesn't shut up, the drummer of the group.
Yeah. So we're going to start off right away. Amanda had a couple questions just to start the thing. She says, "Is Ugly Tongue Derek's band? And did Derek do the frog art?" And the answer to both questions is yes. Super simple.
He's claiming
Yes, I did
it's
both of
his
them.
band. Is that what?
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. He said it's his band. Like
I
your
think
Of course it is.
right?
He's a member of the band.
Is
Yeah.
that all? It was
We're all
more humble.
members of the band.
Oh,
Well,
it
you
was
know.
more a humble answer. I see.
I'm not going humble. I don't care. It's my band.
Go big.
I mean,
right?
shit. They're not going to know any better.
He first told me when he first showed me I got to hear the songs. He said he recorded every instrument like he was Kid Rock. So
Oh, okay. He's a harp player too.
Yeah. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
But I think he plays
Hail
on
Mo.
some albums.
Oh, man. Oh, Mo B here. But where are you?
So hey, congrats to you two. Congrats
Oh,
to
look
you
what
two
Mo
on
did.
On your art. And
He asked for "Don't Be Brutal," or
Oh,
he or she. I don't know.
Don't be brutal.
that's
Hey.
pretty cool.
So that's what you want to hear tonight, Mo. Is that what I'm hearing? That's pretty cool. That means Mo did some research. Oh, Amanda already left. I hope she didn't leave.
what do you mean clarify? What I thought that's what you wanted to know, right? I don't
Skinny feet. Yeah, this is my son. Uh-oh, the whole gang.
Is it the son you
Oh.
like or the son you don't like?
Well, we won't go into that live.
Okay.
Well, welcome, guys. We're real happy to have you guys on.
Yeah.
I brought you guys
Especially
on because, go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is really an intervention for you. I got all your loved ones, and this is all I could find. Everyone else said no. So,
Yeah, well, I wanted to have you guys on because, this is the other side of my creative side, I guess, that I don't really talk a lot about live on the show. And also because it's something a little different, and we need to get our band out there and really promote it. And I think a lot of people will like it, so it's nice to get it out there and get the music heard. So hopefully we'll do that tonight. We're going to play some music for everybody tonight, and at least 2 songs, maybe 3 now that Mo requested another one. So
Or
we're going to have
parts
to
of-
play a little snippet of it.
Snippet. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
well, in chat, if you have any questions, I mean,
We got
Everyone
Casey in the
here-
house.
Casey.
Hi, Casey.
Say it
you guys
again.
can ask some questions to musicians that you'd ever want to know about. I mean,
Oh, you
guys
can
have been
tell
doing
he's
this
my
for a long
son.
time.
Look what my son's already doing.
Oh boy.
I think we need to kick him out. Need to kick him out already.
Hey, did you let the chat know the link with our site and your band? Like that.
Okay, so I'm going to put that on right now. Thanks for reminding me. You get the banner on there.
So
Nice.
did Amanda leave?
I think she did, maybe. I hope she didn't, but there's a few other streams going on at the
maybe
same
what she meant by
time.
clarify is she wanted to understand more of your role in the band and our origins.
Yeah, well, why don't you go into it? We got some people watching, so it'll be good for us anyway. Yeah, what are our origins? How did we get together? What started Ugly Tongue?
Is Josh tuning in here in a little bit?
I sent him the link, so he can join whenever he's ready.
All right. Yeah, Derek is a member of Ugly Tongue. We haven't always been our origins. I shouldn't say we haven't always been Ugly Tongue, because we have, but we played together for. I mean, Derek and I got our instruments together in high school the same Christmas. He got his drum set and I got a guitar, and we started playing. And I can't remember when Donovan picked up bass.
A year after.
Right. Hail Felix.
Yeah, he picked
I got my instrument a year after. Yeah.
And before you know it, he was the bass player. And I can't remember. Did we meet Josh through Mike?
Me. That was me.
We met Josh through you?
Yeah. Well, it was so I was working at Mickey D's, and my friends at McDonald's were like, there's some people from Richwood that work there, and they said, "Oh, you got to meet Josh Holtshow. He plays guitar," and that's how I met him. They gave me a number. I think I called him, and then we had him out to the farm where, where we used to play up in Rich's room, and then he hasn't been able to get rid of us ever since.
That's right. That's true.
It pretty much took one time of the four of us all playing together, and we were linked for life. And then this was years later after we reformed, because we all played in different projects and different groups and stuff in the interim. I was in a band named Jellybird, and Ryan was in his own groups, and I don't think any of us had met Ryan when I left for Las Vegas.
No.
And I was out there a little less than 2 years, and in the time that I was gone, they what?
Yeah, I don't know what that she's referencing.
Nail Shallow while waiting. I don't know. She's back, so that's all that matters.
Shallow from Porcupine Tree, maybe.
And the time that I was gone, they had a friend of ours. They've been in several groups together. Sumac, Comina.
Oh yeah,
they do
all
Ryan,
of the
right?
all of the Sumac. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
what?
That's one of the coolest things.
This is where I wasn't present. You got to.
It was Aaron. It was Aaron Lowe.
Well,
Aaron
actually,
Lowe knew we were looking for somebody, and then Aaron told me, "Hey, Ryan Bouchon," and so I contacted Ryan, and he was like, "Oh, this is fun. I'm going to tell this. This will be fun." I've told this a few times to people that know nothing about, because you already know the story, Ryan and Rich.
Right.
And so Ryan came out, and he was like, right off the bat, he's like, "Well, I don't want to be in a band. Not interested in that." We're like, "Oh, dude, listen, we're just holding hands. We're not getting
that was the best.
Yeah, we're just holding hands. We're not getting we're not getting knocked up and hitched. We're just meeting each other here. Let's pump the brakes. It's all good." And so he played one of his tunes. Eventually we first we just kind of jammed on some chords or whatever. And then Ryan played one of his tunes, and we started putting stuff to it. And that dude could not wipe the smile off his face. He was trying to play it cool. But I was watching him, and he was like, "Man, you can see him like, oh man." And and then he came out. It was probably 2, 3. It was probably on the third or fourth time he came out, and he was like, first of all, my answer to his question, he said, well, not question, but his statement about I don't want to be in a band. We were like, you know what? We didn't want to be in a band either. We just started playing music, and then we were like, oh shit, we're in a band. Like, how'd that happen? We didn't, you know what I mean? We didn't think about it. So anyway, that was my first answer to get him to like hey, it's cool. No one's trying to pressure you or nothing. So then like the fourth, I forget. I'll just say the fourth time he was out. And Ryan, you can you can tell me if I'm wrong in any way, but I'm gonna say it was about the fourth time. He was like, so Ugly Tongue. So what do you guys think about this is my best Ryan impression. What do you guys think about trying to maybe if we change that name since it's something new? And I go, well, Ryan, you're going to need to join the band if you want to have this conversation.
Right. Well,
and then he was like, well, no, just we all, howled with laughter, and because, I got him. Yeah. And at that point, if we didn't already know, we knew Ryan was like,
yes,
digging what we were putting to his stuff. And
yeah, we hooked him pretty quick.
Yeah.
He didn't want to admit that.
So wait a minute. So I'm going to ask questions that I know people in the audience would want to ask.
Okay.
Who wouldn't want to be in a band? Why is that that's one of the coolest things to do. Like,
that's a good question.
For all of you to say, no, we didn't want to do this. This wasn't fun. Come on.
No, here's the thing, Murph. So I was in bands years ago for a long time, and then I kind of got out of bands and did a solo thing. I've been a songwriter all my life since I was a kid. It's something I can't put the brakes on.
Yeah, it's a part of you.
Yeah, but so through happenstance, I met some guys and started jamming with them, and met Aaron Lowe, and jammed with him a little bit. And he said, hey, I know these guys that, their singer, songwriter moved to Vegas, and they're looking for somebody. I think you guys would be a good fit. I thought, yeah, okay, I'll see, see what happens there. So I like making music. I like getting together and making music, whether we play out or record or whatever. It's just
what
fun.
You think? What was your thought when you wept in there, though, Ryan? You had preconceived notions, I think, when you came in, didn't you?
Yeah, I know what you're alluding to. Yeah, no, I thought, guys my age from a small town, yeah, I'm sure they're good musicians, but they're probably playing a bunch of freaking 80s covers. And, I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work before I even got into it. And then I got in there and we started playing, and my preconceived notions were, thrown out the window, flushed down the toilet. I mean, these guys are amazing. I mean, Donovan's just a phenomenal bass player. Derek, Rich is a great, songwriter and guitarist, and Josh is killer. I mean, all four of these guys I'm with are just amazing. And, I love doing what we do.
Back at you, bud.
Yeah, man. It's good. Well, one thing I was going to say was whenever Donovan was actually talking that's one thing I think we were lucky. We grew up in a small town, but in that small town, it was pretty incredible that we had kind of a circle of musicians in our generations, within a few generations of each other, that we were able to actually share and just have that community. I think we still have it now. We go support each other live. We still talk about each other. We still go see each other play, no matter what they're doing. Even if we don't like it that much, we still go watch it and support, and it's pretty cool. And that's really how we got to know who you were, Ryan. I mean, those circles we've run in came around and helped us out, which was really cool. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but that's the way I feel. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I agree with
my
that.
wife's a big fan.
Absolutely. So then
that helps.
So we started, I started playing with Donovan and Derek and Josh, and then Rich moved back here, and we didn't know what we were going to do, how that was going to work out. But I think Josh is the first one that suggested it. He's like, look what we got here. We've got, he said, we've got two great singer-songwriters. Let's combine it and make something great. And I'm so glad that we all decided to do that. because he was exactly right. It's pretty magical when we get together and pull stuff out of the air.
Yeah, man. It's been great. Well, do we want to try to share something while we're talking about that? Is this a good place to maybe share?
Yeah.
You ready, Donovan?
I think so.
Okay, I'll go ahead and add you. You can play it whenever you're ready.
The question
So we're going to
is,
play, I don't know if we'll play the whole song, but let's play at least maybe half the song or something like that.
Are you playing Live It Down?
I was going to.
I was just wondering if Ryan wanted to introduce it.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Yeah, it's Live It Down. It's one of my originals that I wrote on piano, and once I brought it to the band, it completely changed directions, and I'm glad it did, because I think it's greater than I had envisioned it. But it's kind of a ballad, but turns into a little bit of a rocker at the end. But I'm pretty proud of it all the way around, what everybody added to it.
Hey, Dana.
Hey, your bro.
That's cool.
All right, hit and play.
Yeah, do it.
Nice intro.
You hearing it? You got the audio on, don't you?
Do I have to I might have to redo it.
Might have to redo it. It's okay.
It's all right.
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, it's fine. This is how our YouTube is. We don't.
Yeah, man.
That's funny. It's just like froze up. I hit play and it just doesn't play. So let me hit stop sharing.
Okay.
And refresh it.
All right. Oh, wait. Add it. I removed Rich because you pulled it out.
Oh. It's all right. We'll get it.
Eric the Guapo says, "Who the fuck are these guys?"
Well,
Glad you joined us, Eric.
What's
Go
nice
ahead.
too is the community that Derek and I kind of got in with doing this comic is so many people are creative, whether they're writers or artists. And so musicians are, just like that too. So I thought you guys, our community would really like to come in and talk to you guys and ask questions.
Okay, Derek.
Okay, you ready to go now?
Let's try it.
All right.
Like
Let's do it.
After Mark.
Oh.
I didn't see you wrote it.
All right, let's do it. There we are. I can hear it.
Yes, it's Derek's band.
They're not gonna let me live that down now. Which we're listening to that song.
True.
That's mean.
All right, yeah, let's stop it. Let's stop it.
Oh, it's gonna get way worse for Derek
Oh,
tonight.
here we go. Good stuff. Calling me out, man. Here we go. That's all right.
So we definitely want to, talk a lot about your guys' band and questions too. But the one real question I think everyone wants to know: what's the deal with Derek? You guys known him way longer than I have. What's wrong with him, and what can we do to fix it?
It went wrong when he was in high school, and his mother started dressing up geese.
Ooh, oh shit! I remember that.
She would
Damn.
dress up geese, the concrete geese.
Oh my
that you
gosh.
see. And that's, I think, when he started flipping his lid. There were questionable things before that.
Hold on. Jim Cox has my back. Look at that.
Right on.
There you go.
On.
That's very true.
Women in the rhythm section first.
That's right.
I always think it
true
sounds
too,
better
Jim.
with all the musicians.
That's true.
Musicians.
Oh, what do you know?
That's right.
I just want to reiterate
good
that
stuff.
the recording we just played is just a rough rehearsal. It's
Yeah, that is not a finished recording by any means, but
Good
that's
point.
what we sound like live, which is really cool. I think we actually sound really good live. So we're blessed that way.
So I bug Derek all the time why you guys aren't on Spotify or so. You guys have some stuff on YouTube. Are you guys ever thinking of doing something like that?
Yeah, I want to do the Spotify thing after we've got to record some of the new material. That'll be more exciting.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, like, people aren't doing
because it's not free.
Oh yeah, no, it's very expensive. But with today with the internet, you don't have to do like an EP or a whole album. Like, you guys, have you thought of just doing one song, or do you want to have a bunch so people hear more than one thing? Like, do you guys, or is it just kind of going with the flow and see what happens?
We've got a ton of songs. I think we've probably got enough songs to do. Stop me if I'm overestimating, but I think close to 3 albums.
I know Derek's played at least over 20 songs for me that I've heard.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I play a lot for Kevin. I don't play a lot for everybody else, but I do for Kevin.
Like, I'll be trying to go home, and he's like, listen to this. And I'm like, I've heard it, Derek. Stop it. And he just...
Oh, man. You got to play it when you can, man. You got to share as much as you can. You need to get that way about the comic, Kevin. We need to share, overshare, make people sick of us.
Yeah, see if we can't get Kevin involved. Maybe Kevin, we need help. Yeah. Kevin, can't you help us?
Oh shit, you're gonna become a roadie, Kevin.
I mean, honestly, on that,
I know there's a cowbell in one of the songs. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Actually, the cowbell's in the theme song for Murph and Dirk.
Doing it, I'll put on a uniform, whatever.
I believe every word of it.
You ask about that EP. It's honestly been a bummer for us that we haven't got something decently recorded that has more of Brian's input on it. Even, I mean, honestly, the EP, I don't know about all of it, but I think some of it I would like to re-record, because even those songs sound different now than what you hear on that recording.
True.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Brian's additions. I mean, it's the same, but not the same.
And what's interesting, I know there are a lot of bands will only have one writer or maybe two, but you guys all come together. I actually had a thought and I just lost it going on to that. I was going to say, does it feel, because when Derek and I are doing the comic, there's a lot of energy when we're like combining things and things. Do you feel like it's more energy when there's more people involved with the song, making a song, or less?
No.
How does that work for you guys with?
I don't feel like it's more energy with more people. I feel like it's more energy with one more guy that's just as excited about it as we are. I mean, if you just add in,
I agree with that.
Then that's not going to be the same thing.
Hey, let's welcome Josh
he's
real
become
quick
part
to
of
the show.
family, you know, we're
Hey guys.
Josh.
hey
Yo,
Josh.
Josh. So glad you could join us, man. Yeah, so back to what you're saying. I think you're right, Rich.
Josh is our main dude lead guitar player.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim Cox had it right, man. Josh is lead guitarist.
Nailed it.
Yep.
He nailed it.
Jim, does
That's
Jim
it.
play music? I'm starting to think he might play music.
I don't know. I know he likes
Is
it.
it the hair? Was it the hair?
That is awesome. Yeah, that's great.
Perfect. Perfect.
Mine's-
Do the hats?
Gotta love the chat, man. Well, I got a hat, but I more have the baseball hat, so I have to be the drummer, right?
Drummers
Guys
do
with the
seem
other
to
types.
tend to wear baseball caps.
Yeah, and the other, you guys have your songwriter hats. So
Ryan disappeared.
yeah, he did.
Sweat out of your eyes.
That's
Wait a
okay.
minute. One of the greatest vocalist singers of all time wore a cap. Fred Durst wore a cap.
Oh gosh, Fred Durst. Oh man. Too bad Joe Sontag. We call that guy Fred Durst around
I
here.
was really
Yeah.
curious.
I don't think he's
who
anywhere to
he
be
was.
seen, but we're mentioning his name. So
We want to mute Murph for the rest of the show, or
Well, I better say this
yeah, we should. We really should.
because Derek loves Megadeth, and I just don't like his voice. So we're always arguing who's better, Metallica or Megadeth. We need to settle
true.
what's better, Megadeth or Metallica.
Put up a poll.
They're both. There's completely different bands
Oh yeah,
from similar roots.
I agree.
Don't be
Whoa.
diplomatic, damn it.
Yeah,
Pick
no,
a side.
What's better,
This is
tomatoes
Murph and
or
Dirk
oranges?
duke it out. There is
Yeah,
violence.
Duke
pick a
it out.
side. Pick a side, man.
Yeah,
Nick.
there's no.
I know what he's gonna say.
I've always favored the guitar playing in Megadeth.
Hey. Good stuff, Comic Skater knows what he's talking about. Watch this. Yeah.
I
yeah.
I like songs for
Because
both
Derek is like any good Metallica song. It was written by I forgot his name from Megadeth. And you're
I
gonna
don't
hate
know.
that. but
Dave
I-
Mustaine?
Yeah, Derek's always like, oh, yeah, they just kept building off of him. and
This
that's
looks
it.
like Colonel Sanders.
Now I want to look.
Who said
Now I
that,
want to
Derek?
look it up.
Amanda.
Yeah. That is crazy, Fred Durst. That look with the hair and that was hilarious.
Wait, what'd you say, Josh?
You said that any good Metallica song was by Dave Mustaine?
Yes, he has
Not
said that.
not
Multiple
any
times.
song. There are certain
Just the
songs.
good
that-
ones.
Oh,
Just the
he
big
played
hits and
into.
the ones everyone loves.
No, they did that
He's
after
like
Mustaine.
one, nothing else.
The Black
mattered,
Album was fully
Unforgiven.
after
No, it's all
Mustaine,
Dave
so I know that.
so what is that greatest Metallica song of all time? Master or something? Master Mustaine. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what it should be.
No, Dave Mustaine did not write Master.
No, he did not. I know he did not.
However,
He wrote a
I'm
lot
not
of good
dissing
shit
on-
for
I'm
him,
not
though.
dissing on Dave Mustaine because he's an amazing guitar player.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I just like it because Derek gets upset with music.
And his vocals are just amazing. It is just they
Yeah.
sing.
I think you'd have to give Dave a little credit, even if you favor Metallica, because he was essential to their sound that they created.
Yes, that is
It's
very
not
true.
like he wasn't an important part of that, because you look at those old albums, he wrote a lot of the songs.
Right. He did.
Well, and it just
So you have to give him that credit.
but
I
it's the
agree.
one thing I feel like because Rush is his favorite group, and what can you say against Rush? I can't. Like, is there anyone out there who doesn't like Rush? Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
That's too good, man. Oh, shoot. Okay, so Ryan's computer died. He's trying to work on getting back with us.
Okay.
Hey, there you are, Ryan.
I'm back.
Yeah, speaking of
Good. Okay, good. Glad you're back. Oh, man. Yeah. I
What'd I
cannot
miss?
believe how much like KFC he actually looks.
I'm
Or
so
like,
sorry I brought up Fred
Colonel
Durst.
Sanders.
This is a stupid cap.
Yeah, they're saying Ryan deliberately ducked this debate.
I thought
Megadeth versus
for
Metallica.
sure the Cap comment was going toward AC/DC.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Jim was listening to AC/DC a few minutes ago.
I was waiting for the fight to bubble up between Josh and Rich, because Josh has been a hardcore Metallica fan since we met him from his humble beginnings in Ridgewood.
Mo, there's a reason I love you, man.
That's a good question, because we know Derek's influence with Rush is, you know, being the drummer. What's your guys' biggest influence? What is?
What is your biggest influence? Who wants to answer that?
Going at once. I don't know. Derek, you got to wrangle them in.
Josh.
Sorry, I was reading the.
Hey, hold on. They're saying all kinds of stuff right now. They're flying so fast, I almost can't keep up with them. But Josh,
I was reading the comment about Neil Peart.
Oh yeah, riding the coattails.
He's a great drummer, but I mean, come on.
That was clearly that was trolling.
Bass player.
We know that was trolling. Come on.
Yeah, we do. So okay, let's get back to the question at hand. Hey Josh, why don't you answer that?
I'm not a big Rush fan either. Whoever just commented.
Okay, here we go. Back onto Rush.
No, I'm just saying.
Derek,
I've never been a huge fan. There's certain songs I like from certain albums, and I've never been as big a fan as some of the other members of the band.
Derek, I really didn't try to get people to go against Rush. I didn't. I really thought, like, what are you going to get? And like,
Mo started it, man. Mo started. I saw
the Hall of Fame anyway.
I mean, the fact of the matter is that all of us listen to stuff that has nothing to do with the metal world or the prog rock world.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of folk artists, bluegrass artists, blues artists.
So let's jump into that. So Kevin asked a question. He said, "What are our influences?" So Josh, why don't you take that a little bit, since you haven't had much time to talk?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. When I was a kid, I found a box of 45 records of oldies records, and you know, that was like magic, going through those things, finding every little thing. My parents were both music teachers, so I went through that whole experience of putting on a show, getting ready. You know, when I was in got into metal and got into rock and then metal, and then when I was learning to play guitar, and but then when I was probably senior in high school, I met my future wife, and she was a fiddler with an old time band, and we got into playing old time music, old time Appalachian mountain music. Learned to play the banjo and play with those people for a while, and you know, play with these guys.
Play the thing that washes the clothes.
Yeah. Well, we had some of those. The guy that had the washboard.
Yeah.
With the picks. Yeah, there was guys that did that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. There's a lot of good music all throughout history, though, and
man.
There's all kinds of good stuff.
So Jim, hill music is the bestest. Oh, it's really great. That's for sure.
Well, no, I mean, music is the one thing that combines every human, whatever culture, whatever thing you want to divide people. You know what I mean? Music is amazing. That's why I knew even our community, there's so many creators that music is always a topic to go on.
I mean, that's what's so interesting is growing up. I mean, you know, Josh actually got to play with some guys, but I grew up listening to my great-grandfather actually playing everything. He could play just about any stringed instrument. And so he had a lot of instruments and would just sit and play. So anytime you'd go over there, he was sitting down doing something, you know, and it was great. Not to mention, I think we grew up in one of the best eras. You know, we grew up from the late 70s through the 80s and 90s. We had music all over the place, man.
You're saying everybody is the same age?
Most of us are the same age. Ryan's a little bit younger than us, but by a few years, right? I don't know, 3 or 4 years.
Not many.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
So,
4 or 5.
That's for sure. Let's see.
I'm in my high 30s right now.
So
Hey,
Amanda, before
you
you
know
left,
something about that old? I want to tell you. Sorry, Derek. I want to tell you
you're
about
okay.
that old.
No,
you
yeah,
know,
go
that
ahead.
old time music. When I started playing those old time guys, one of the things I noticed was like, yeah, I could. I mean, you could play this stuff. It's all just sounds like Bugs Bunny music,
What?
right? Because all that music I used to play on the cartoons was that old folk music from the 20s and earlier. You know, they go to play Arkansas Traveler. Like, I've heard this before. It is Bug Bunny. I watched Bugs Bunny again. I have to play that.
Yeah, that's cool. Bugs Bunny's the greatest.
I think
So
we
Amanda
all
says,
love Bugs Bunny.
yeah, we do. Did Derek design and draw the frogs? We already answered this, Amanda, when you left, but I'll answer it again. Yes, I did. So if you kind of want to know the story
Great
of the
answer.
frogs,
That was
The,
whoa.
I was just going
You gave
into
the
it.
meat of that
You
one.
cut me
Yes, I
off.
did.
So I was going into the
Leave
frog
again.
thing.
You guys are like an old
Why
married
are there
couple.
frogs? It's true. He just loves to walk all over me. I'm telling you. But the frogs came out of, I don't know. We were just talking about what ugly tongue could mean, and I think we've had several meetings, but
Do you guys
were
have a
just talking
story
about.
in the name?
Not really. I mean,
Yeah,
I
kind
just
of.
came up with the drawing because of psychedelia. I don't know how you'd say that. Anyway, and people licking frogs. I thought that was kind of a funny visual. So that's what I came up with for our T-shirt and our logo. It was just this
So
big
you're saying
tongue
you
wrapped
came
around
up
a
with the
frog.
name too, and no one else did anything?
No, I did not come up with a name. I came up with the design of the frog.
I was gonna say, let's tell the truth about that.
The name was hard won by me.
Yeah.
Derek and I didn't like it.
Honestly, I think the first time I said it, Josh was the only person that liked it.
That's true.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
And I
That's
think
true.
it's grown on everybody as times went on. But
I think it's a really cool name.
Look at that.
yeah, the frogs.
Good stuff is kicking it.
The frogs were a conversation about concept. We were talking about it. We didn't want to do just a tongue in a concept because we didn't want to be confused with someone else's artwork.
Rolling Stones.
And then I had brought in an idea where we could kind of do the name out of frogs that were interconnected by their tongues wrapping around each other's body parts to spell ugly tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, Derek did the drawing that you see on the T-shirt.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
That's entirely his layout and design and everything. So he didn't answer wrong. The concept for the other frogs, the one that's on Murph and Dirk Duke It Out, on the advertisements that you guys have been posting, came from the idea that I wanted us all to be turned into cartoon frogs. And I'm still waiting for you guys to do the Ugly Tongue comic book, which I've been talking to Derek about. But
Oh, shit.
Come to life.
Oh, my gosh.
Derek's not mentioned that once. Not at all.
No, you're kidding me. It's a great
No.
idea.
Oh, man.
Not a once.
You've already got 5 characters.
It's true. We do. We do have 5 characters.
Yeah, but what's our superpowers?
Well, that's the fun of creation.
I'm going to let you guys come up with that. I don't write. I'm not a writer. I'm just the artist.
So we got Josh's kind of who would like to go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
What kind of? You're gonna have to pick somebody, Derek.
Oh, really?
Pick
Come
who's
on,
ever
guys.
most
Chime in.
uncomfortable, like
Your influences. Let's go.
Oh,
What's
Go,
got
Ryan.
you guys started?
all right. You want to go, Ryan?
Yeah, I'll go.
Vince Gill is good. Sorry.
A mix of a little bit of everything. I find common ground with all these guys here and there, but Doc Watson, John Prine, the Bebop, Miles Davis, Thelonious Monk, Charles Mingus, Tom Waits, Captain Beefheart, a lot of the grunge era guys were a big influence on me. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many, but this guy, Johnny Cash.
Yeah, Johnny Cash.
How do you stand on Fred
influence.
Durst? How do you stand on Fred Durst?
Not a fan. I actually
Yeah, me
saw
either. Not much.
I saw Fred Durst at the Newport Music Hall before he was famous. He was
No, it was Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
I saw Colonel Sanders open up for Faith No More in 1998.
Oh man, yeah,
Wow.
And they were not well received. And
that's awesome.
maybe 3 weeks later, they were the biggest thing on MTV.
Oh, Ken Nordine, nice.
That's the irony of the business of music.
Okay, so Amanda says you skipped over the grunge names that she would recognize. So maybe you ought to name some of those.
Alice in Chains. I hesitate saying Nirvana because that there's a stigma with that. Kurt Cobain, he just spoke nonsense, but
it is what it is, man. They were influential of that era, so
hugely.
What it is.
They are overrated though. Like
their music was pretty huge influence on me.
Yeah, makes sense.
But Smashing
but Alice
Pumpkins,
in Chains is better than Nirvana.
Smashing Pumpkins, Stone Temple Pilots, that kind of stuff. I was just coming of age when that was coming out, and just learning how to play guitar, and so I was absorbing all that, and
right,
it was all coming out through my fingers.
Yeah, Rich, Murph is a big Alice in Chains fan too.
Oh, cool.
But you guys would hit it off on that. At least there's some commonality there, which is really cool.
I feel like they don't
to hang out with Lane Staley.
What'd you say, Rich?
I don't know if you ever got to see Alice in Chains live. I was kind of laughing when I said it because Lane. A lot of people.
I've seen them 3 times, but not with Lane. Like I didn't know of them when he was alive.
Oh, okay. Lane liked to hang out in the crowd and watch the openers with the crowd.
Yeah.
And it just so happened one of those times I was the guy that he came and stood next to at the bar.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
But he did that every show. You could always see him moving around the crowd while the opener was playing. He's just out there. He wanted to watch the show too.
What a fantastic idea!
Awesome. I thought it was very cool and down to earth, and just I really like that about him.
And I feel like they don't get credit at all, especially even him. Like they're so underrated. It's ridiculously.
I feel like they were an innovative band. I mean, even if you want to say they were part of the grunge era, nobody was doing those bizarre harmonies that Alice in Chains was doing, and
exactly.
They really changed the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing like that.
That would go to the. I was going to say that would go to Cantrell's credit, right? That was him that came up with those harmonies, I think.
But Staley with him too, because the way they harmonized together, man, it was that sound. It created something completely new.
I did see Jerry Cantrell live with his own band, and I didn't live. It didn't. Only when he would cover Alice in Chains, it sounded good. For the one time I saw him just in concert, I was disappointed.
Interesting.
With the new singers when you saw them?
No, so I've seen them 3 times as Alice in Chains with the new singer. Then when Jerry Cantrell did his own thing, like late 90s.
Oh, I didn't really care for that either, honestly.
No, I didn't. I was very disappointed. And that was the first time I ever saw him live. But then I really liked the new singer. I mean,
when I heard the new singer, I was impressed. I thought he was a good choice.
Yeah, especially really even live. I was worried live because it's a totally different beast. And you always wonder, are they doing something in the studio? But yeah, they're great live. Amazing.
Okay. Donovan, we haven't heard, or you, Rich, we haven't heard from either one of you about music. How'd you get into it? What started you? What's up?
Me or you, bro?
You
don't know?
I can go last.
Come on. Let's do it.
I mean, I don't care. If you want some more time, I can
No, I don't need more time.
prattle. I can prattle on for
I
sure.
didn't want to jump over top of you.
Nah,
Nice.
it's cool.
I mean, I started off. I just recorded everything off of the radio, and then finally someone gave me a little cassette deck. And I remember someone giving me a couple blues tapes for Christmas, because that was one of the more acceptable things to the family that I was into.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they gave me B.B. King and John Lee Hooker. I loved them both. Both of those, I listened to them repeatedly. I liked a lot of blues stuff that would come on the radio too. But from there, I mean, after we got our instruments, and we were high schoolers, and metal was the thing, and we lived in a metal town. I think probably at some point all of us got into the metal scene, and we liked a lot of metal bands, and it was
sure.
That's where we grew up.
Yep.
But you know, as we're getting out of high school and whatnot, all of us started listening to different things. I got heavy into, you know, from metal. I got heavy into industrial music. I loved Ministry and Skinny Puppy and that sort of thing. And you know, there's a certain point, because the bands kept getting. I like some hair bands too, Amanda. I was a fan of that first Whitesnake album.
Yeah,
Some Sanctuary.
Yeah,
I know.
I remember that.
Yeah, from there, I guess it started getting to a point where it's like it just keeps getting heavier and heavier and heavier, and the sound started to grow kind of stale to me.
Yeah.
And that's when I started branching out into ethnic music. I remember in one of our early groups, I was always trying to introduce kind of different ethnic rhythms, and Derek has always, actually everyone in the band has always been, you know, studying different things that catch their interest. And at the time, Derek was into, I don't want to say it wrong. He was into the polyrhythms. He was studying rhythms, and he had started working on some Latin beats, and he had this crisscross thing he was doing, and it's not a song that we're still doing anything with, but I remember all of us being kind of stoked at making this kind of different sound. Mm-hmm. And we were, you know, I was getting into folk music and just all kinds of stuff from there. I like a lot of you know, new wave alternative kind of music. I listen to techno. I'm a fan of Crystal Method. There's really nothing I don't listen to. I consider the world to be my influence.
So FL65 Blue Dabba D's big with you? That's like you guys covering that?
What? Say that again?
The FL65, the blue, I'm blue, Dabba Dee Dabba Die.
Oh yeah.
Techno.
What? I didn't know what you're talking about.
What? Right, everyone knows the blues.
I wasn't sure what you were saying until you did the yabba dee ba da ba da. Yeah.
Really have to follow the bouncing ball with Kevin most of the time.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so that's cool. I mean, it's kind of interesting. Our musical taste did change, like right around the end of high school, I would say. And I would say that's probably right around the time Donovan was working at Camelot Music, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that brought a lot of new things to us. Yeah, it brought a lot of new music.
Scamelot or Camel Snot?
Hey, Michael, how you doing? Happy for you to join the show, man. Josh looks like Bob from Twin Peaks.
Hey, Derek.
Michael's down in Australia, just so you guys know.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, there's a big Australian community in the Comics Gate. So it's interesting. I mean, everything that they've gone through with, you know, COVID and everything like that is terrible.
Oh, yeah. They're going through crazy stuff right now. Been on lockdown a lot.
Who wants to hear bad Latin? Derek's crisscross drumstick thing that Rich was talking about.
Yeah, do it, man. Do it. You got it ready?
You got it.
Let's do it. I'm ready for the embarrassment. It's okay.
Are you ready? All
I
right.
don't think
Here
it's
we
Yeah,
go.
let's do it.
I thought you
No,
did
it's not
it.
embarrassing. I'm still
No.
happy
I
with
always
it.
like that beat.
Yeah, I like it too.
All right, here we go.
Might have to refresh again.
Is it playing?
Oh yeah, it is. Sorry.
Wasn't up very loud.
It's up the loudest it can get. I think it's just that website.
We should hear the drums again.
Cannibal Corpse. I had a friend that loved them.
Can't hardly hear it.
Yeah,
You can't hear Derek too well. Let me
Yeah, it's
stop
pretty
it.
stop. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna pull it out. That was good times, boy. That's some old stuff,
fun.
man. We did that. Where did we record that at?
At the party house.
Oh, that's right. At
At
your
the party
apartment,
house,
right?
Yeah.
Good times, man. It's so funny. Bands will turn any room they can into a recording area, right? Like studio.
Yeah.
Anything can be a studio. The bathroom, your bedroom, outside.
Unfortunately, you were hurt. You could only hear you really for the first like 10 seconds when you were by yourself or something. But once we came in, it was all muddy. Oh well.
Well, that's cool.
So Donovan's the
So-
only one left. Of
So-
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, let's hear Donovan. Then we'll play another track.
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna
hold
remind
on.
you.
I do want to hear Donovan, but I also would like to point out that Derek somehow got away with not talking about any of this stuff. That all he said was that he grew up with his grandpa playing music, and I somehow doubt that is the only influence of the drummer.
That is a good point. Yes.
Oh, okay.
What he's not telling
Okay.
you is that he
I've
comes
heard it
from
so
a
much. I
family
was
of
hoping
drummers.
to skip it because this is going to
Rich-
be like 35 minutes. But
Rich could-
Well, okay.
Rich
So-
wasn't heard. Rich wasn't heard.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
He said he came from a family of drummers.
Well, of the same generation though, like I had two cousins that were drummers
Steps in
also.
age.
Yeah, but still, they were only a few years older than me. But yeah, I would go over to their house.
No, I'm saying
Ding
the
on their
one
drums
cousin,
and get in
an
trouble.
Oldest cousin, a middle oldest cousin, and then there's you.
Yeah, it's true. They definitely influenced me because I'd go over to their house and play on their drums, and they'd yell at me. But it was great though because they influenced me too. Because that's partly why I listened to Rush, was because of my oldest cousin, and then my younger cousin, or the middle cousin, a little bit older than me. He got me into some more metal and some different kind of things. He was more hair band metal than I was, but definitely got me playing some beats that I never played
Are you talking
before.
about Eddie?
Yep, Ed showed
Ed.
me some things. Yep.
Yeah,
And,
I still remember Ed never one time touched the wheel of his car when he drove. He air drummed.
Oh yeah,
Metallica
air drumming,
the
man.
Entire time.
Yep, driving with his knees and air drumming, and that was fantastic.
Never
And you
missed
know what?
any cymbal clutches.
Yeah, I don't to this day, man. I still don't. I still air drum all the time. My kids don't even think twice when I do it. So it's fantastic. That's the beauty of being a drummer, man. Air drumming. You got to air drum in the car. It's just the way it is.
oh my God, you do it all the time.
I
Yeah,
do think
have
among the musicians, air drumming is more accepted than air guitar.
It's true.
Yeah.
It just looks cooler.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Neil Peart versus the air drummer? There was
That's
actually a
who he's
video.
named after good stuff.
I'll answer that when I talk here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I did. So my mom named me after Donovan Philip Leach. That's his full name. Everyone just knows him as Donovan. And I bought, I started working in a music store, and I before that, I think even I bought a cassette tape that was like a best of, and that's where I heard Hurdy Gurdy Man. I heard Sunshine Superman.
Nice.
Jennifer Juniper.
I always like that song.
Season of the Witch.
Mhm.
That's a
Must
good one.
be the
Yellow.
season. Yeah, it must be the
That's
season of the
great.
witch. And then I eventually, when I started working at the music store, thanks, good stuff. should I call them comics or good stuff or whatever?
Good stuff.
It's okay.
It's pretty
Good stuff.
complicated. So yeah, she named me after him, and then so I bought this box set, which really just back then was just like it was in a long box, but it only had 2 CDs in it, and it had a bunch of other songs I'd never heard before, and stuff that was previously unreleased demos and stuff. It was cool, and I was like excited. I told my mom, I said, "Hey, now I've got a box set from Don." And she goes, "Donovan." I go, "Yeah, Mom, my namesake. You named me after him." She goes, "Oh yeah, I didn't know his music." Let me try to do my mom. "Oh, I didn't know his music at all. I just liked his name." I was like, my entire.
That was perfect.
I was like,
sounded just like her.
Thanks, dude. It's like my entire childhood, my entire life up to this point is just I thought she had this love of his music, and she didn't even freaking know it. I was like,
awesome.
I never tested her. Oh, I just liked his name. Okay. Oh,
damn.
So that was I covered that in week 3 of my therapy sessions, and but I got into music, so I felt like a musical almost. Like I didn't have a lot, so I wasn't exposed to a lot growing up. And I heard stuff. I remember hearing music on the school bus, but I didn't have music at home. My dad is not into music, and since we were around my dad more than my mom when we were, kind of in those formative years, it was up to us really. And so Rich really took, I remember hearing a lot of stuff through him and Derek, especially getting in, to middle school and high school years. But I didn't feel like I knew much of anything. Everyone was talking about the music of the day and AC/DC and stuff, and I just knew what I heard on the radio, and didn't, like I said, just not much exposure. And then when I heard Iron Maiden, I was like, who is that guy? And then seeing the videos, yeah, nice representing Derek, and seeing Steve Harris point that bass at you, man, just and jamming ripping your freaking face off, just
love it.
Yeah, and all the attitude and chops. I mean, he had chops galore. People don't realize all the chops that Steve Harris has.
Donovan heard Iron Maiden, and within a week he was galloping on his bass.
Yes,
awesome.
It was fast. Yeah,
that's probably true.
It is true. It was fast.
People being amazed because he was actually flipping all 3 fingers.
Yeah, I would play triplets instead of Steve Harris. I think plays them legit. Like he does them with 2 fingers. So he go, so he's switching his lead finger basically because there's 3 notes right in a triplet.
That's crazy.
But I would cheat and use these 3 fingers and roll them on the strings, and it still sounded legit. It was just the best way I knew to do it. But yeah, so
thanks, Felix.
I heard that, and so when Derek and Rich got their instruments, for about a year, all I could do was think of playing. I didn't have a bass.
Sucks.
Yeah, no, in a way, yes. In another way, it was freaking brilliant because it excited my mind and it had me fixated so much on those bass frequencies that, because I didn't know I was going to play bass, except that I noticed, I focus on the bass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that is because of Steve Harris for sure. But, I started branching out into other music and stuff. I was never a big fan. I could never say at the time, especially like Alice in Chains, I liked it. I liked a lot of the stuff that Rich and Derek were into, because they were introducing me more music than anybody else for sure, and more than the freaking radio was doing. Right? I mean, hear the same stuff over and over and over, just like you do these days. That's not changed. But
wait, the radio still exists?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Terrestrial radio still exists, my friend.
Yeah, man.
But
yeah, it's interesting.
And some stuff I was just not into at all that they were digging. I just was like, yeah. Anyway, so I got, Steve Harris, I'd say, is my biggest influence. But then checking out, I remember going over to this guy. It was like a girlfriend I had, the only girlfriend when I was, like 18, 19. And her sister knew this guy that played bass. And, oh, yeah, you should hook up with him. And, okay, yeah. I was like, I'm young. So I was like, more adventurous into meeting people. I went to this guy. He lived in a trailer or something. I still only remember this encounter because I learned about Jaco Pastorius through this guy. And I'll always eternally be grateful because I was going to stumble onto him eventually, but this guy, he was so excited about Jaco and like, you don't know Jaco? Like, what?
I
he
do
just
that
couldn't.
to Kevin all the time.
Oh yeah, he was just like, that's impossible.
But you're not encouraging. Derek does it the worst way. It's like I never want to hear that.
Like you're stupid. Like he debases you and like degrades you. Yeah.
Well, because he doesn't go, you got to hear this. He's like, you don't know this person? Where have you been? Like,
was that what led you into the jazz world, Donovan?
That definitely had a big part of it. And working in the music store had more. It really excited it more.
I was thinking that too when you were saying I was young and I was more adventurous. Like, where are we going here?
Yeah. Nothing weird happened in the trailer, okay? You freaking pervert. The guy talked about Jaco.
Hook up doesn't mean hook up like you're referring to it.
Yeah, maybe I should have chosen my phrasing more carefully. Not hooked up. Did I say hook up? That's bad. I should.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was my fault.
With this guy I didn't know.
That's all good. It's all good.
Changed my mind.
It was super cool, man. I felt like, oh my God, I don't know anything. Now I know how much I don't know. Like I already knew. But so he went on, and he was showing me licks from. Oh, I said licks. He was showing me licks from Portrait of Tracy, which is, if anybody never heard Portrait of Tracy, what Jaco does on the bass, no one was doing. As far as we know, no one in the world was doing what Jaco was doing on the bass, and with his use of not just open harmonics, but he was doing pinched harmonics or what they call false harmonics on the bass. If you just type in Jaco Pastorius and listen to Portrait of Tracy, you just listen to it for 10 seconds. And if you're bored with it, I understand it isn't like for everybody necessarily, but if you just listen to what he's doing on the instrument, it's mind boggling. Like, oh my God, he made an entire song out of that, So yeah, Jaco. And then, when these guys were still listening to metal and they're getting into Testament and all this, and I'm playing like Ryan, I was playing, I was going through all the jazz, and, in my 20s, I have a freaking pipe stand in my car, and I'm playing, Charles Mingus or John Coltrane or blasting out my windows.
He got all snooty.
I got snooty, I guess, but I didn't know.
Remember that, Rich? He got real snooty at that time.
Was I snooty?
It was his fancy clothes.
Yeah, fancy.
I did have. Oh, I have a picture.
It was his jazz consultant title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a jazz consultant.
Yeah, that's true.
I love that.
I remember that. That was cool, though.
Yeah,
well, I mean, you started introducing a lot to us.
Job briefly too.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
He was a radio DJ for a little while.
Oh yeah,
on a jazz.
I remember that.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Jazz, that was Smooth Jazz 103.5 and 104.3. That was cool until they wouldn't. I didn't get my hour show that I was promised, and they gave it to Andy Geiger, who had Channel 6. He was the athletic director for OSU. He got fired from there at some point, but he had a bunch of, because he was all those connections he had. And I was like, dude, what? And the station manager was like, no, you'll still get a show. Don't worry. We just, I said, yeah, but I worked for an entire year of pitch. I was making cassette tapes to show him transitions I could do between the songs and stuff. And, the guy finally hired me after a whole year of pushing and telling him we need traditional jazz on the radio because they were just playing pop jazz back then. Okay, I won't bore everybody with jazz, but Larry Graham, invent. Did he invent? Well, he's definitely became an influence of mine too. And James Jamerson, don't forget him.
I think slapping goes back a long way, doesn't it?
Oh, it goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's it.
I mean, yeah, they were
The old
slapping
timers
uprights
did that
too.
with the
Yeah,
stand-up.
right.
True.
Slapping the
Pizzicato.
bass.
When you slap it on the upright, you call it pizzicato, right? Or it's
Yeah.
either
I don't
arco. If you're bowing, they call it arco style. And
I
if
just
you're
know it looks
Oh
like
boy.
this.
Oh man, my
if
stream's
you're
going off
slapping
the
it-
rails. Here we go.
What now? Let me see.
What was the chat?
No, it's cool, man.
Was the chat? The
We shouldn't
chat
talk about
will go
slapping it, Derek.
places.
Is that what you're saying?
No, yeah.
Slapping the bass.
Slapping the best, man.
Yeah. Oh, they said
so
Sontag will be so.
Derek talked about his cousins. He still hasn't named any bands.
Okay. Damn it, Rich. Damn it. I thought I was going to get away with it again.
Good for you, Rich.
So, actually, it's interesting because I grew up. Man, it's weird when I look back on my musical journey. I started off loving a lot of music I grew up listening to, which was anything on the radio, because back then they would play anything. You would hear Dolly Parton, and then you'd hear Tom Petty, and it wasn't just one style on the radio at that time. It was anything that was popular. So you could hear some country and you could hear some rock, and it was really cool. But then once I got into middle school, I got through my rap phase, which was kind of interesting. Started listening to the Fat Boys. So,
I remember
and then
them.
Beastie Boys. Yeah, the Beastie Boys, got into them a little bit.
Still like the Beastie Boys.
I still like the Beastie Boys too. So, but after that, I started like getting introduced to metal, which then Metallica came along, Master of Puppets, and then I started getting into Iron Maiden and AC/DC. And Rich and I think once
thank
we got
God.
into Iron
I
Maiden,
thought he was gonna go off on Eddie. He freaking loves Eddie.
I think Eddie's a great
the
creation.
mascot, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what a
How could you
great
not love
character.
that? That's fantastic.
Show him, Derek. Show him on your
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah, I know. I've
Yep,
seen like
this is Eddie.
5 pictures.
It's fantastic. I wish we had something like that for our
I do
band
like
because
Derek
it's
Redstart.
yeah, man, he's so good, and it's very close to comic style too, which is what's really cool about it. But their music really took me a long way. I mean, there was just a lot going on in Maiden that I really loved. But then Rush came along, and once I got introduced to Rush, man, there was no turning back. Neil Peart was the thing. I mean, who could match what Neil was doing at that time frame? Nobody. I mean, nobody was doing that kind of stuff, playing like he did. And it just left a big mark. And I've been a fan ever since, and they're still my favorite band of all time. But of course, I mean, different styles came along. I've learned big band. I was one of the only drummers from where we come from that's sat down and learned how to play big band, and learn jazz. Like most of the other drummers that I know, they would never touch that. And they still to this day make comments because I play with wire brushes, and some stuff. And they're like, I don't play with brushes. And I'm like, well, you're missing out. You're missing half the instrument. So, I love to hear a bunch of things coming from one instrument. I love to see what you can do with it. And so I listen to people who can bring that out. So I don't just listen to one thing. I've gone through different stages of what I listen to, but it's really, I love rhythm, and I'm looking for the groove of a song. If a song has a great groove, I don't care how simple or complicated it is. That's making you feel good. Yeah, I'm into it. So that's what I love. And that's what I'm hoping to play a lot of times with our stuff. I'm not always looking for the most complicated thing. I'm just wanting something that sounds good and feels good most of the time. So, yeah. Was that enough bands for you, Rich?
Yeah.
You didn't mention Gavin Harrison as an influence.
Okay.
I know he is.
Here we go. Gotta still name bands. So lately I've been, into still carrying the prog rock thing from Rush. I'm always looking for somebody to kind of pique my interest, I guess, and say, show me something that I haven't heard before. And Gavin Harrison from Porcupine Tree is he's definitely done that.
If Gavin
Once again,
Harrison and Neil Harrison and Neil Peart were in a boat together and they fell out of the boat and you could only save one.
Derek was hoping you'd ask who
It would be me.
married.
Because if I'm in the boat with them and they both fell out, I would save myself if I could only save one. So I'd get the hell out.
Well, that's not the answer. You have to save Gavin. You have to let one of them drown. One of them's going to drown.
I think Neil would float because he's dead.
That's true.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
That was heavy, Rich, but that's true, man. I can't deny it.
Murph's sense of humor just tickled there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, are you kidding me? I love dark humor. Oh, nothing better.
Mm-hmm.
You know Anthony Jeselnik? I freaking love him.
Wait, what?
Shock.
Oh, I can't do that right now. Hold on.
What's the matter?
Oh, my son. He's trying to come in. I'm like, hold on.
Oh, I was going to say Derek.
My camera down.
Derek Riggs. I don't know about Rich and Derek and whoever else, but I can't look at any picture of Eddie without thinking of that deranged Derek Riggs. Because we all saw him on some,
the documentary. Documentary.
Wasted Years maybe, or one of those. And he had this crazy maniacal laugh. It was harmless enough, but it just seemed like he's probably got.
He came off as being very eccentric.
Yeah,
eccentric.
Well, what's funny?
I was a little scared of him.
He's still doing
heads in a freezer somewhere.
Well, he's still doing Comic-Cons and things like that. Like he goes around and promotes his art still. He's not doing. Yeah, he's not doing Iron Maiden art anymore, but he still does Eddie.
To Derek Riggs if he sees this, but he came off as really weird. But again, he really did seem harmless. But he's just like, you don't forget when you see him because he's just really different than anybody else. Yeah. Anyway,
let's see.
I always think of him. What? Let's play the other.
I'll play another song.
Tune, yeah.
Yeah, and then we might close it down pretty soon here. We're running just over an hour.
We have more questions. There's definitely stuff. We're not ending.
Okay. All right. We'll go till 10 o'clock? That'll be an hour and a half. That'll probably be long enough.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Okay, so Donovan, you got it ready?
No. I just said it.
Come on, DJ.
I'm getting it.
Yeah, let's do this. That's going good. We had a pretty good interactive chat tonight, which has been pretty cool. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
You ready?
All right, you ready?
What are we listening to here?
Now, what is this, Donovan?
Winners.
Okay.
Isn't this the one I'm supposed to play?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Let me pause it. Did Rich want to introduce his song?
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, this is Winter's Close.
Good, Rich.
I don't know if all of you guys know this or not, but that it's a song that I started writing a lot of years ago, probably 20 or more years ago. All centered around this childhood memory of being at my Uncle Dale's, and he had this large farm, I think over 300 acres. And he had horses and, a big pond, and there was a creek that ran through the property. And to get to his house, you had to go over this bridge across the creek and up this giant hill. And we were there in the wintertime. We had been invited over. Uncle Dale and Aunt Donna had us over quite frequently. It seemed that they enjoyed our company. We had a lot of potato soup there. But they'd had us over this one winter for sledding. And Donovan and I had been sledding down the giant hill, and you could fly pretty far. And when you came down the bottom of the hill, you would go across this bridge. And it was kind of icy, because it was an old wooden bridge. And one of our older sisters, Debbie, took a turn on the sled going down the hill, and missed the bridge, and went in the creek through the ice into the water.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't funny at the time. We were all scared. And I remember helping her up the hill and getting her by the fire and putting towels around her and stuff, trying to warm her up. And I think the song took me so long to write because it's kind of centered around that basic image, but it talks about all the things that happen to you in life as you grow up, and those kind of memories. And it's really just a song about acceptance and love, and how they go hand in hand. And you can't love someone if you can't accept them.
Yeah.
And the
Okay,
song
good.
ends with the line, slippery were the slopes that led us here, brazen our spirits did climb them still. Brothers were we, and a sister to us was she. And that's my introduction.
Go for it.
Pictures of kids in winter's clothes, breaking the ice with icicle toes. Brothers were we, a sister to us was she. We gone now with that old tin car. We gone with this in your heart. You cried out so loud without making a sound. I swear I could make a shadow apart. And I want you to know, I want you to know, we love you. Remember the little things we love. Remember the homes we dug up and lost. It's on the road, it's so deep. You never wings could take flight. Say that to tear ourselves from the ground.
I don't think it's coming out good, Donovan.
Let me stop it.
Yeah. That's pretty much the whole song.
That's a bummer.
I love the ending to that song. Yeah, it is a bummer. Yeah, so everybody, just so you know, these songs are our rehearsal recordings. They're not a full, like, produced recording, but it's also
It's a tape
kind of a
recorder.
debut. Yeah, it's a recorder. Yeah,
even
PCM
so, they
recorder.
sound better than what they're coming through.
yeah, they do.
something's
They do.
not coming through right. So
Yeah. So actually, what I would like to do, Mo was asking about "Don't Be Brutal,"
Yeah.
and
okay.
I think I might share that. I'm going to share that on
Can you do it?
Bandcamp. Yeah, I'll do
Oh.
that.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
better, Derek. Do that.
If you guys want to hear a thing, we'll let you hear a thing.
Yeah,
Now, this does
Bandcamp
not.
comes in very clear and
Now, unfortunately, Ryan is not on this recording. This happened before Ryan became part of the band, but we still play these songs, so you'll hear eventually Ryan on this once we re-record these things.
Just
But
imagine the
for
recording
now-
with a very sweet electric piano on it.
Yeah.
There you go. There
That's
you go.
right.
Very sweet.
That's right. So I'm gonna do that. Get in here now. Share that. Can you guys see the screen?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna play that, and hopefully it'll come across much better. This is the one Mo keeps harping about.
Hey, look! It says you can buy the track right there.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. $5.
That's for the whole E EP.
That's right.
Don't be brutal. No, don't carry on like that. You know that a good life's gonna give you a turn. You just gotta find some joy in the way. Yeah, don't be vicious. You know that's just too common these days. If you can't pull the wool, then you pluck out our eyes. Anything just to have it all your way. The world's in your sights, yeah. You fix it all with your mind, I guess. But I don't think that's true. You're just a fool like the rest of us. You need other hands to free the chains that hold you. Yeah. What about patience? You know that's just not common these days. And maybe it's my fault, but what about your heart? Hold on to that, you know you're really losing touch. The world's gonna spin, yeah.
How far do you guys want to go?
And there's trouble in the way.
All right.
I was just
let's stop.
thinking, would you guys ever do like a live stream where you could play live, but it would be like on the internet instead of?
That has been discussed.
Oh,
That's one of the things we're working toward.
Yep.
We're well, for instance, we just started 3 new originals. Somewhat new originals. We just
Ain't that funny?
we don't feel like we're quite ready to do that yet.
See that guy's name at the top there is the guy who he does live streams with bands. So
Yeah, Phil
He-
Tuttle.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks. I love Tom Waits.
yeah, that was
that's-
great. We actually do a Tom Waits song too. We do have a few covers that we do, and Ryan sings that one. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's true. You're right, Jim. I need some microphones if we're going to play this live. That'd be fun to
We've
do on the
actually,
show, though.
one of the new songs we've been working on has been a collaboration between Rich and I, which it's the first time this has happened, and it's working out beautifully. Rich came up with the music for a song that he envisioned me writing lyrics to and singing, and that's in the works right now. I'm pretty excited to keep working on that and get that finished.
I'm excited about that one too,
Yeah.
man. The last practice that was starting to really hit it.
Yeah, it was nice. It's going to be good stuff. Good stuff. So, yeah, I mean, we can actually play a couple things. I mean, we can give a little snippet of each. I mean, if you guys want to come on here to this site, I pinned it in the chat, and you guys can connect there. I think Felix put it up for me too.
Yeah.
But you guys
Oh.
can get in here and
So-
sample the songs, which is really nice.
So Finally Alive is a good example of what Rich was talking about. He added, we
Yeah.
complained it was too short, and so he had created another half to it
Right.
called Lights Out. And so Lights Out is not, we didn't have it for Phil Tuttle to record it. So
Right.
that will be one we will do live, and
Yep.
we'll hear it that way. And maybe we'll get to record it at some point, but
Hope
Yeah.
so.
Let's play it. Let's play just a little bit of it.
Oh, there's no mandolin in this.
That's right.
Right.
There
I
isn't.
do like that, man.
Ryan.
Missing a lot of things.
When I came alive, I had to set it on my way. I didn't even have a name. I didn't even have a name. Felt cold and dark, though the moon was making bright. No one to love, you know. I couldn't even see the light. And I felt so lonely. Fortune just a hand to play. And that life was
Yeah, man.
lonely, just waiting for the grave. The day stretched on, punch clock and broke bones. I got my place and I lived all alone. And I went this way, that big moon made its rounds. I guess without a fate, you can't tell lost from found. Then I heard a voice, dead with
It's almost over. Might as well listen to the whole
my
thing.
secrets, yeah, it shed all my time. Gives me love, lights up my mind, yeah. I think I see the light. 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 I think I see the light tonight, alright.
Nice. That was a good one.
so we should look forward to more VFWs and retirement. Almost.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
really hitting at goals in life
Whew.
here.
Man, you're hitting me in the balls there, Crazy Mad. Oh my god.
That's what our chat does. There's-
Yeah, they do.
Can
They
only
swing
hope.
for the
all good.
fences. They swing for the fences here, man.
It's fun though. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So one of the things me and Derek always argue about, I think Spotify has been great for music. Derek thinks it's the worst thing for music. You guys discuss.
What's the worst thing for music?
Why is it the worst thing?
Spotify. I think Spotify because it was so to me, music was always so expensive. The whole streaming thing, I think it's great. I listen to people that I would never be able to, and you
I
can
know,
kind of go
man.
down a thing. Derek think it's the worst thing for the music industry ever. What do you guys think?
I don't think either thing, honestly. I think that it's a constantly evolving thing.
That's
and
true.
You can't go back. We're not going
Yeah.
back to
Yeah,
CDs
we're not.
and cassettes, and
That's
the
true.
world is
We're not gonna go back.
Doesn't have time for that. Part of me has a sadness that the art of listening to an album has kind of gone by the wayside, because certain albums are meant to be listened to in their entirety. And
Yeah.
when you just pull songs out of them, that's a good song. But you're missing the entire experience.
Right.
They've set an entire soundscape of a different reality for you, and you're missing that.
Yeah.
Do you think
When
most
you're-
people
when you're
do that?
only
Because
listening to
I
singles.
still listen to whole albums, even if it's like someone I don't
You
know.
still do?
So, yeah, on Spotify a whole.
I'm kind of curious
do
how
too.
many people do it. It feels like singles
I
are
do.
the thing these days.
Singles are the thing, but I still listen to albums. But the reason I said it was bad for them isn't because it's not because they're bad for listening. They're bad on the artists is what it really is. They take so much money from the artist, and the artist gets pennies on the dollar. You know what I mean?
I would agree with that. It's not a good pay scale.
Yeah. So that's why it's
Oh,
terrible.
but wait
That
a
being
wait,
said,
wait,
on-
wait,
on the
wait a
one
minute.
hand-
Wait. How many articles did I read in those little paper magazines? The only way I could get contact to the music industry about starving artists that had made it famous and they were still hadn't made any money.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just like the record
It's
companies.
not
So-
exactly like it was perfect.
I always
Right.
thought bands made
I
money
agree with that.
touring anyways.
That's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say was actually contrary to that point, which was that a lot of artists that you hear these days, you wouldn't have got to hear back in the day of albums and record companies. I mean, a lot of the friends and the artists that I follow on Twitter, I wouldn't have got to hear them anywhere.
Yeah, Pineapple
And,
Thief
you know
wouldn't
they've
be on the
got
radio.
stuff on Spotify, and yeah, maybe they don't make any money, but I mean, think about all the bands that you knew when you were a kid that couldn't find a way to get somebody to listen to their music.
Yeah.
Well, think about exactly. I was talking about this the other day. Just think of the bands you listened to as a kid. You had the stuff that was on the radio. You had MTV.
Thanks,
you
Mo.
had
Thanks for stopping
what
by, man.
You had what you bought, if you could afford it, and what you
Yeah.
shared at school with other kids, from other kids. You know,
It was very
if
expensive.
you didn't
I mean,
get it some
CDs
way, you didn't listen to all those albums.
Yeah.
Well, CDs were $20 when I remember, so it was like, man, like you really had to be choosy. Like you had to know this was a group you liked. You weren't gonna.
I'm kind of with Jim there. Like the way that you could be introduced to new music and new bands and different genres it's expanded exponentially.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like when he's talking about Napster, maybe a little bit before that, I remember what I did to find new albums because I couldn't afford to go pay for everything that I thought might be good.
Yeah.
Was go to the library because you could check out 20 CDs at a time, and I would sit and just listen to those and go through them and figure out which ones I liked and which ones I didn't, and which ones I thought I wanted to listen to more than once because I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. I had my dual deck CD burner.
Yeah.
Hey, this brings up a thought about since you guys are doing all the art and everything. How important was the album cover back then?
Oh yeah.
You try
Yeah.
to decide which
Casey
one
was
you're
just
going to
saying
sink
that.
$20 in.
Yeah,
into.
Casey was just saying that, and Good Stuff was commenting about it. I mean, that's part of the experience, right? I mean, we're missing some of the senses of actually, having the whole experience. Sorry, I was off camera. But yeah, we're missing the senses. You used to be able to smell an album.
Yeah.
I did reading
see the
lyrics in
album.
book.
I remember.
Yeah,
that.
you would read the lyrics, you would fold it out. It was an experience to look at the band, but you only got little glimpses of them, whatever was in the album,
I felt like new cassettes had this certain smell, especially.
Yes. It was like whatever they printed it on, it had that smell.
Plastic,
but
the plastic.
I
Yeah,
had,
but-
I had a very,
But
very
it was still
small
cool,
fan of
man.
Cassettes. I was lucky. Cassettes weren't around that much. I had a Hootie and the Blowfish cassette, and then after that, it was CDs.
Nice.
In a way that I'm glad that I grew up in the cassette era. I can remember taking tape deck to tape
I
deck
agree.
and you record on one and then you record that onto it. You bounce that down and you're adding another track and you bounce that down. That was your 4-track recorder. And
Yeah,
cassette tapes
right.
also brought forth the actual invention of the 4-track recorder, which is just taking a cassette tape and the stereo tracks you have and making them all go one direction so that you have 4.
Yeah.
Well, in my school, we had the Napster guy where you'd give him $10 and then he'd come next day with a CD of whatever songs you requested, and that guy made
Man.
a racket of money.
I would have made a ton of money on that. Jesus, I've illegally downloaded, or peer-to-peer file sharing.
We're going to get copyright strict. What are we doing?
That's one of the things that I like about Spotify is that I don't have to feel like I have to take anything from anybody to listen to everything. Not everything under the sun. There have been times where I can't find things on Spotify.
Oh my gosh!
But they've got a lot of selection.
So
yeah, it's true. Well, hold on. I mean, I'm wrong about some of it because I think the discovery. I think you guys are right. Those things are necessary for these days. But it's still not great on the artist. I mean, no matter what anybody says, it's not. And the record companies weren't back then either, so nothing's really changed there. It's just terrible. That's just the way it is. Until the artist starts making enough money and paying everything off.
What I would do is I would download a bunch of, like certain bands I just got a taste of and I liked it. I would download like everything.
Yeah.
Like everything that I could find. And then I would sort through it and I'd find, and then eventually, not like the next day, but I would go and buy, and I still do this. I still do this.
Casey's busting chops, dude.
It's recorded forever.
Yeah, even my wife's in on it, man. What can I do?
I see that.
What can I do?
I mean, that was a good way. It's still a good way for me to find music, and sort through it, and then you go buy it, go pay for it. But
yeah, hey, Ryan, did you have something that you wanted to share, man?
Yeah, I was just going to share one of my originals. We don't have a really good recording of the whole band playing it.
Okay.
But gosh, when we do get that recorded, it's going to be amazing. But I just wanted to share.
You put me on the bottom. People don't need to see my face.
Oh, so thanks, Jim. I totally forgot. I should have taken this off so people can see Ryan. It was pushing Ryan down too far.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. I don't need to be seen.
Okay, so you said you do have something you would like to?
I do. I'm trying to find it right now.
Okay, yeah. Just have to make sure whenever you're ready, share the audio.
Sure.
So, but yeah, Casey's on your path now, man. Look at
that. It's fun. We've hated each other for like 2 years now. It's out there.
It's very fickle.
It's funny. She called me trash the one time, and it was like the only time anyone ever made fun of me, and I was like for some reason I was like, I don't like I didn't laugh at it. I she called me trash. That messed up.
We all laughed at it. It was great.
Yeah, but I usually laugh with everyone. But I was like, wait a minute, that's too far. She said way worse things, but it was like trash is the line.
Anytime you're ready, Ryan. Have you found it?
Yeah. Rich is muted.
Oh, Rich is? Okay, let me look.
He might be intending to be muted.
I muted myself, sorry.
Okay.
Can you unmute someone if they mute themselves? Do you have that?
Yeah, I can. Okay. Yeah, I just did it. So, but if he wants back on, do you want back on?
I am.
Hey, there you are.
You have the ultimate power.
I do.
This is
all right.
cool.
Power.
All right, here we go. This is Burgundy Rain. It's a song I wrote. This recording is just me and a guitar, but I brought this to the band, and it just what you guys did with it was just really amazing. But this song was I felt probably the biggest weight lifted off of my chest after I wrote this song, but it has to do with a lifelong struggle with something. I don't like to go into too much details when I'm talking about lyrics. I like to let it speak for itself.
Okay. Did you share it? Did you hit share screen?
He's looking at it.
Okay.
Are you hearing it?
No, you got to share, and then the audio has to come on. You have to share the audio.
Let me know if you need any help. I have access to it, I assume.
All right. Well, I hit share screen.
Is the audio? There's a little check mark for the audio.
Hit share again because tips comes up first. It's a tip screen. Go past that.
Yep. Hey, I'm seeing it. You ready?
Got it? Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Got audio?
Not yet.
No.
Let me remove it till you're ready. So if you hit, when you hit share screen, it should say share audio at the bottom left corner.
Yep.
Make sure it's clicked. Make sure that's on. And then it'll be good to go. Okay, ready?
Got audio?
Yeah.
Yep.
Darkness, it startled the spring, quietly hovered the bay, pulling up roots and dreams, feeling the sky decay, stifled the autumn breeze, drizzled the town with pain. Sometimes I pretend I'm alright, dress up in all white, and I dance in the burgundy rain. Blood of the holy sky covers up window pane eyes, promise of sunshine lingers in dismal disguise. Sometimes I pretend I'm alright, dress up in all white, and I dance in the burgundy rain.
Nice. That actually came off good.
You want
Sounded
to
good.
play a snip, Ryan, of the one with all of us in it?
Yeah, if you got that.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, go for it.
Nice.
And then we probably should wrap, right?
Yeah, I think we will. It's been
Well, wait.
going on 2 hours.
Yeah, but I got another question before we end.
I went quick. Go ahead and ask a
Who's
question.
going to do? Oh, is a lot of times at work, we would get like 10 or 15 people to talk about music. And one day we were trying to do the 10 greatest songs of all time, and other people would argue and stuff. And I was heavily against Hotel California. Overrated. Do you guys agree? Top 10 or no?
Wow,
I think you just offended Donovan.
I mean,
Nice.
I mean, that's got some of the greatest guitar parts, and it's a great bass line. I mean, it's a great song. I mean, I don't ever get when people say, well, I shouldn't say I never get, because I certainly get it with some, but certain things just because it's played a lot, or I'm not sure why people say that. Like, why would you say that's overrated? Like, does anybody say it's the greatest of all? I never heard anyone say it's the greatest song of all time or anything.
Putting into the top 10, I was like, no. I was like, okay, top 25, but not top 10.
I think the Eagles would be happy with top 25. I would take it.
Derek was offended by it, so he was like, "You're an idiot. Never talk about music again."
I'm not one of those.
Well, I would have been that way even if it wasn't about the Eagles, Kevin. So it didn't matter.
I'm not one of those list kind of people. Like,
well, it was fun because
I mean, top 10 or top 25, either one is like, it's so willy nilly. I mean, because then you go, and then all of a sudden you think of 10 more songs where you're like, how did I leave that out? You know. Yeah, the Eagles speak to a lot of people.
Yeah,
Jim's speaking for a lot of people.
The question is whether were the Eagles better when they had Dave Mustaine or not?
Yeah, Kevin.
Name?
What do you think about that?
Back anytime you want on this show.
Josh did a callback.
Yes, that was perfect.
Josh did a callback. That was good.
That was perfect.
All right, let's hear a snippet of this, right? Yeah? No?
Yeah, go for it. I still think Kevin's full of shit, but yeah. Oh, I've got to share it.
Hopefully everyone can hear it.
Yeah, I think it sounds good.
All right.
Nice.
You got to play the interlude with Josh's solo. It's fucking killer.
I was wondering if somebody.
I
mean,
can you get to it?
This song. I've never heard this one.
You never heard Burgundy Rain? Wow. You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I would.
I think sometimes you just don't pay attention. I probably played you everything, and you're just like, yeah, I don't care.
I mean, spirit can only take so much, Derek.
Are you ready? Tell me when you're ready, Donovan.
it's playing.
Oh, shoot.
That's true.
We're wrapping up.
Go with ugly tongue music.
All right, I just want to give
Nice.
Josh some props there.
So
Yeah,
we should
man.
have started. We should have started off right after band introduction, saying, "Do not Google
Yeah, that's true.
ugly
Well,
tongue."
I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I got
Yeah.
to know now.
Don't click images. Don't
Oh,
click
shit.
images.
Yeah, terrible.
It is horrifying.
Well, hey guys, man, we spent pretty much the better part of 2 hours.
Yeah, think of how
Oh
much
my
practicing we could have
God.
got done.
I think I need to mute
This is
Kevin, or we're not going to get through the
hilarious.
end.
I thought it was going to be like inappropriate stuff. No, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
My
gross.
God, some of these people have to have cancer because this is.
I think you're looking at some cancer, probably. Yes.
This is why we never get anything done. We're always
It's
talking
true,
all the
man.
time.
It's true. Always cutting me off. Always, yeah, I know how it is. So anyway, if you guys look at the links in the chat, we've pinned it up there for you guys to go on Bandcamp, look at our stuff. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. Just Ugly Tongue Music, YouTube, Ugly Tongue Music.
SoundCloud also.
Yeah, SoundCloud.
Hey, you guys can always try to, for the recording music, do crowdfunding. There's a lot of stuff out there for it. I mean,
Man,
it's
you're not
true.
wrong about that. You're not wrong about that.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk that your guys' music is in a movie.
Oh,
How do we miss that?
it wasn't on a large
We
scale
almost made it through
release.
the whole
No,
stream,
but that's
Kevin.
still
Almost.
that's awesome.
No, but
Well-
it was a young director that I still communicate
Yeah.
with, and
Yeah.
he's working on new stuff. I've been trying to encourage him to do some music videos. He's definitely good with a camera.
Yeah.
Maybe you could end up being this
Oh, wait.
generation Steven
Sorry,
Spielberg. You don't know, and then you guys got ties. Did we mention too? It's your guys' music for our opening. Did you say that, Derek, when the show started?
I don't know if I said that, but I've said it before.
Gosh, we need to start writing things down. 'Cause
Derek,
this-
you're
Yeah,
fired.
we do. I know. I really need to. Yeah, I mean,
What was the name of the movie? Frozen
Yeah.
Frozen something.
Time.
Frozen Run.
Frozen
Run.
Frozen
Run.
Run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Run.
It was kind of a creepy mystery or horror mystery or something like that, wasn't it?
It was
But-
cold.
Yeah, it was. It was a very weird movie.
Gritty.
but,
I call it maybe
But
a
it was
gritty
cool. Like you
thriller.
guys
It was
could hear.
different. I
It wasn't
thought
like
some
your
of the-
music. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought some of the wide angle shots he did were really cool looking.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember his. Do you remember his name? He had 3 names, didn't he?
Three names.
Oh
Seriously.
shit! We got to get that off that website,
So
guys.
is
Look, we're still looking
Andrew
for
Michael.
Andrew
Andrew Michael. Yeah, Andrew Michael Spence.
Hey guys, we're gonna have to get this off the website here. According to a site, we've got. You know which site is it, Jim?
What's that?
Which site is saying we're still looking for a vocalist?
Jim, don't tell them.
Well, that's
Jim,
not good
don't
for
tell
Rich
them.
either.
They gotta come again.
Well-
That's the hook.
Yeah, that's kind of classic, right? We'll just leave that up. We're always looking for a vocalist.
What happened? Oh, is that my fault?
I don't know, but it says we're still looking for a vocalist.
Oh, well, no, wait. It
Oh,
says
band
singer-
mix.
It says singer songwriter for their name, so they're singers. That's vocalists. What
We'll
was
have to
he
get
talking
in there.
about?
Yeah, he said
What's
get
it-
in there and look at the link, and it says it. So we'll have to
Band
get in there and
mix.
check it out. Thanks, Jim, for letting us know.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks. I don't know.
Yeah, so
It
the
must be my
movie
fault.
thing, we were actually played in the background of the
Well,
bar.
you can hear it.
So,
not-
yeah,
you
it's
can
actually in
clearly
there.
Hear your music, like
Yeah, they played more than one song too. They picked a couple and played it, so it
I
was
thought
kind
it
of
was
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
We thought it was cool that he wanted to use our music.
Yeah, it was really nice. And then we had another person use it for a short little like college movie they were making, right?
I think it was an advertisement for a game or an app or something they were making.
Yeah, and that was kind of cool too. Had a guy getting shot or whatever, getting shot at, and he was sitting on his car, heard the gunshots, and he ran, and then they started the music, which was kind of fun.
Hey, let me help out
So-
with Jim's inquiry here.
Oh, okay.
So this is when Rich was in Vegas and was intending to stay in Vegas.
Oh,
and
okay.
and if you read the top, Jim, you'll see it says seeking vocalist, rhythm, lead, acoustic, key. Well, it's the about section where it says we're looking for vocalists, instrumentalists who can write original materials, open to a wide range of music. Ryan did not respond to this. We
Clearly,
welcome all
no one is.
we welcome all styles, blah blah blah. And so that's why I must have thrown this. I saw an opportunity and threw it on this band mix thing and totally forgot about it. But that's why members of the band, it's correct. At that time, we didn't have anybody but the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Donovan, Josh, and Derek.
So anyone out there watching, if you're looking to find someone to join your band, do not put it on this website.
Right.
What does it have a date on it?
I don't know. We'll have to fix it later. Hey, I was gonna
Anyway, that's funny.
give us a little outro here with
Okay.
House of the Rising Sun. I think
Cool.
that would be a good thing to share because that's what we were talking about, right?
Wait, copyright is do we or
Public domain, baby.
oh yeah. Never mind.
Plus, we do it differently than everybody else does it. So
I don't. We don't know about the YouTube stuff. So.
Thanks, Murph and Dirk.
well, we'll say goodbye to everybody here in just a
Okay.
moment. Give this just a listen.
There is a house in New Orleans called the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God he knows I'm one. My mother was a tailor, she sold my new blue jeans, and my father was a gambling man, yeah, way down in New Orleans. Oh, the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk, and the only time he's satisfied is when he's all drunk. Mothers, tell your children not to do what I have done. Trust in your luck and send of misery.
Got to hear the solo
The
on
house
this, man.
of the rising sun. Got one foot on the platform and the others on the train. Well, I'm going back down to New Orleans, yeah, to wear that ball and chain. Oh, there is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, He knows I'm
Yeah.
That was great.
So that's a good one.
Man,
Well,
I
that was
wish
a great
the
way to
other
end the
website-
stream right
I
there.
wish the other website was as clear as this.
Imagine it was some
Yeah.
sweet electric piano
Sweet.
mixed in.
Hey, hey,
Nice.
That's for sure. Yeah, man, we're gonna get Ryan in there one day.
I always
Gotta
love
get in
listening
there.
to Josh's lead on that. I just get lost in that lead.
Yeah, me too, man. It's a great groove, great moving tune, man. Get you toe tapping for sure. Amanda says, "Bravo." Thank you, Amanda. It's great. Thank you.
That's tough,
don't
too.
forget,
That song
guys.
So many people have done to really have a different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For it to be different and that good too.
Well,
Like,
the
that's-
funny thing about that song is most people do it slow because that's what they've heard it like. So they always do a slow version of it.
Yeah.
We're
So,
one of the
hey,
few
there's something
that
about
I've
that
ever
song.
heard.
You know, the Animals made that. They got real famous with it, but like the year before they did it, Bob Dylan recorded a version of it, and
His first
because
album.
it goes back hundreds of years, you know, it's like a really
Oh,
weird song.
sure.
And it was from a woman's perspective. He did it that way, everything. And anyway, he records it on his first album. The Animals come out, and they get like famous for it, and then he's out there. Like he gets irritated because he's out there playing it live, and people are saying he's ripping off the Animals. And he
Oh,
got
right,
frustrated,
right.
just quit, just said, "Heck with it, I'm not doing it anymore." Bob
But-
Dylan.
Now, was
Yeah,
his
yeah.
faster? Was his a little bit faster than theirs?
No, his was no.
His was slow?
His was really different.
Okay.
Did he arpeggiate the chords?
I think I've heard
no,
his
no,
before,
the
but
Animals did that. That arpeggiated thing is the Animals.
you know they've copyrighted
Uh,
that the arpeggiated chords. They've
Well,
copyrighted
maybe we
that.
could copyright our little version. And
Yeah,
about it.
because if you try to play it like they do, they'll nail you, man. They will.
And we say our because Derek put his drum part, I put my bass part, but Rich really gets. I just want to say Rich really gets credit for that's.
the rhythm change.
I say
he did the rhythm change.
It's Rich's version that we put our parts
definitely.
to, but yeah, I just want to say that was all from Rich. So bravo, Rich.
Yeah,
you
man.
guys ever gonna do an Alice in Chains cover? Is that ever? No Diggity's awesome. Man, that's great. What a song to pick. That's awesome.
I knew Kevin was going to ask this question.
You like that one, huh?
We'll end the broadcast on this answer. Are we ever going to do an Alice in Chains cover?
I told Derek you guys should do Rotten Apple, and he's like, "What are you talking?" No,
we don't. We don't ever know if we're going to do a cover until we try to do a cover, because it doesn't always turn out the way we think, and we really don't want to do any covers that we can't do our own way and feel like we're in it. We don't want to ever feel like we're trying to sound like the band that we're covering.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love Alice in Chains, but you having two lead vocalists. I mean, to me, that's like a.
I don't know if either one of us could faithfully sing like Lane Staley or do.
I think Rich could do it pretty close, but we touched on one of them and we dropped it because we didn't. Well, I shouldn't say dropped it because we never had it. But the one I love is Nutshell.
Yeah,
I love that song. Love it. And so just because I love it, don't mean it's going to work out for us. But
yeah.
Anyway, they do drop tuning and shallow. I feel like this is going in a certain direction.
We've done a few callbacks here at the end. That's been great. Everybody's had a few callbacks.
Briefly, we did that Rihanna song.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, we did. Diamonds? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, I did hear that. You did play that. And I did like that. Yeah.
And we messed around with All About That Bass. I'm saying we do some stuff that might surprise Amanda.
You guys, I know you could tell why we dropped the song because I was doing the vocal, shine bright like a diamond, and it just wasn't.
He was auditioning a female vocalist.
I mean, at least it was close.
It was perfect. You sounded just like Rihanna.
It's a little pitchy, dog. A little pitchy, dog.
Hey, that
didn't we mess
Asian
around
guy
with that
got
other one
millions.
too? What was it called? Still.
From who?
Yeah, but Jim
Rihanna.
says refund.
Yes.
I like some of Rihanna's songs.
What was the one we did by Alabama Shakes? We tried that one too.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, that's right.
You got that? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was fun. It's a great tune, though.
Thanks, Amanda.
We tried SOB by Nathaniel Rateliff. I thought it was great, but nobody else did.
Son of a bitch.
And we did a Chili Peppers song. It didn't work out.
Yeah, we've done a lot of things that just
we
didn't
try
quite
a lot
work.
of stuff.
But we have added in some other covers. I think that Talking Heads. Is fantastic.
That's one of my favorites. Yeah, we play Psycho Killer, Talking Heads.
See, and Ryan sometimes does actually emulate the singer's, style, which works for him. He doesn't necessarily try to sound exactly. He's not doing an impression so much, but he's definitely kind of an homage to the original.
He does get some of David Byrne's nuances in that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It helps. Yeah. I mean, that's part of the personality of the song too. For me, like I love to hear those things.
You might ask yourself, why such a large jacket?
Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
Well, thanks, Murph and Dirk. It's been awesome.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. Man, this has been a lot of fun.
You guys are welcome back anytime. Especially if you guys have something to promote. I know with COVID and everything, is there anything coming up? Anything planned? Anything advertising?
Yeah, take it.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, we're planning some stuff, right? Like we're trying to get out and gig. That's one of the.
I was
one of the
not
things.
At Jim, if you were wondering what I was not.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're excited to play out. I think one of the things I'm more excited about than anything is getting a recording of some of this new material, so that we can play some versions of it for people and they can actually hear what's going on.
Yeah. We'll get there.
It's a constantly evolving thing, this band, and
But that's what's great. Even with the crowdfunding, you record one or two.
yeah, maybe we should
put
try
that
it.
out there, and then it's.
Yeah, it'll happen. We're going to get it happening. COVID slowed us down for a little while, but I mean, I feel like we're trying to amp back up, and we'll get there eventually. So
Yeah, there's definitely places, venues are having bands. So
yeah,
that's all we need.
Yep,
I really
do
think
it.
Columbus is a great music town. I think you guys should come down Columbus and play at places too. Like,
Absolutely.
That'll happen.
We're not just going to play only around here. When we get to do it,
Union County is the biggest county growing in the state of Ohio.
Is that true now? I've been meaning to look it up.
It's been that way.
Yeah, and we got a live
totally
music venue
it,
coming. Leon's is building a brewery and a live music venue behind there.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
fun.
it wasn't that long ago they built that pavilion that they have music in the summer.
Yeah,
we were invited to play that one time. I think was that before I left.
Yeah, it was 2016 or 17. We were invited. Yeah. Yep.
Because Ohio State, the students stay here if they're not from Columbus, and Columbus is packed, so they're starting to go up there. Dublin's getting packed, so it's going up to Marysville.
Eventually, it's all going to be connected.
Yep, it's true. Well, thanks, guys, for coming on. I'll definitely have you guys on again, and we're going to, definitely keep up to date, promote as we can. Always have you guys back on because you're a part of what I do.
You guys are working on our movie song, right?
Fantastic.
You're
my band. You're my band. You're on my show.
Derek, you said
what
was going to take an hour, and we went an hour and 6 minutes over.
I couldn't even shut you guys down, man. I couldn't shut you down.
Overtime pay for this, or if we're just getting the regular rate.
Hey, that's a perfect time to end the broadcast. I'll see you guys later.